Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're here with another quick play. What's going on, man?
Oh, not too much. I know nothing about this game so far, but looking forward to seeing you show it off.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get into some Everspace here. This is a game that I wanted to cover because there's recently a sale on GOG for this, and you can get this game for really cheap, and I would highly recommend it. Especially if you get it with the expansion encounters. They often come together. You get it for like $5-10 on sale, easy. So yeah, this is just a little PSA. If you see this game on sale, maybe pick it up if you're into this sort of thing. So this is kind of a like a space sim roguelite hybrid kind of deal.
I like the word sim. That's got my ears burning.
Well, it's sim is very light. The flight model is not simulation, but it's deep enough that there is a certain amount of skill to flying your ship. So this screen looks kind of crazy here. So this is like my upgrades tab, and I can spend money. If you look on the bottom, you'll see I have like 25,000 credits.
Yep.
That's the money I earned in my last run. So death is pretty much an inevitability in this game. But you carry over your money and your blueprints. So I have to spend this money or I lose it. So I'm just gonna upgrade my ship here. You can upgrade stuff like your ship health, which I'll probably do. Upgrade some health. I'll do energy capacity, energy regen. This stuff's all really important. You can upgrade it a lot. So the cool thing is like after every death, you can get just a little bit more powerful every run because you always end with money, no matter how early you die.
And how much money do you get to keep from each run?
You keep all your money, to my knowledge.
Okay. And so, do these upgrades you're doing now, are they gone at the end of the run and you get to start from scratch?
No, these upgrades are forever. I am just getting stronger after every run.
Yeah, so then there's zero reason to not spend all your money.
No, you gotta spend it.
Yeah,
Exactly. You want to spend all your money. It's just every run you're gonna get more powerful, and that's kind of the gameplay loop going on here, and it's kind of what makes this game so addictive. Is every time you get on here, you end up coming back a little stronger. You go a little bit farther, and you see more cool stuff. And the kind of random nature of this game. Did you ever play FTL?
I did play FTL. You recommended to me years ago.
So this game's a little bit like that.
I presume you are addressing yourself.
In that, well, you'll see the screen pretty soon, but like you go to these locations, and at every location, kind of a sort of random stuff can happen.
Okay.
Like these guys are attacking me. They drop stuff like materials.
Now, is there a time limit to how long you can just move around?
Absolutely. So in every system that you enter, you have a time limit. So there is like an alien race called the Okar, and they are just constantly after you, and you're not really sure why. But yeah, they will eventually show up, and they show up in big numbers, and they will kill me if I stick around too long. So I have to do what I want to do here, and then I have to leave.
Value by weight.
Now, is there a story to this game that you eventually get to?
There is a story. You have a main character who's your pilot dude, and they even have a reason for why you keep coming back over and over again. So apparently you are a clone of an original. You don't know who the original is. You just hear stories about who he was. And yeah, and you just every time you die, your consciousness gets uploaded to the next clone, and he gets in another ship and begins the run. And after every run, you begin to learn a little bit more about who you were and how he's involved in this weird kind of this cloning conspiracy. It's involved in some kind of like greater grand conspiracy.
I do like my conspiracy theory stories. That always sounds good.
So there's some. I don't think I'm that far into it, but so far it seems like there's some kind of dirty dealings going on with cloning experiments.
So as you are kind of busting through this sector, do you have actual like missions or side missions or story missions, or is it just, you know, you see a star and you decide I'm gonna go in that direction?
Yeah, so when you start there's really nothing, but yeah, there are totally missions, as you can see here. Like, these are missions that I've just kind of picked up in previous runs for certain people, and you're the same person, you know, you're a clone, and you retain all your memories from the previous clone, so what you can just meet these people again, and they'll just be like, oh, you're that guy, and you're like, yeah, I'm that guy from before, even though you're totally not.
Yeah, you got just a brand new body, but it's the same mind and soul, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing is if you fail a mission or you're not able to get to it, or you die before you can get to it, you can come back and you can just be able to do it. You can just keep coming back until you get to complete the quest.
So earlier you mentioned blueprints. Now, is that actually blueprints for like better ships, or was that just like your perks and upgrades on your current ship?
You can buy different ships. I wouldn't say that they're better, but you can buy different ships with the credits that you earn from each run. And then the blueprints are the things that let you build kind of components to help you out. So like, I have a Gatling turret that just comes with my ship, but if I wanted to, I can build like a laser turret, or a drone disassembler, or a tractor beam, or whatever. And these are all just blueprints that I've picked up through playing the game. So when you begin, you have none. You have no blueprints. You have no options. So the game's like really hard when you begin. You have nothing to work with, basically. And of course,
I noticed,
yeah, go ahead.
at the start, when you were kind of restarting, there's a difficulty level. Does that change like how, the drops? Like, is it better on easy, or do you get better stuff on hard? How does that work?
Yeah, you get more credits on hard, less credits on easy. So this ship, I've kind of taken a liking to this ship because like it's a heavy ship. And its starting guns are pretty powerful. It comes with this flat cannon that's like pretty buff. I guess the downside to the ship is it has no shields, so you cannot... all the damage you take is pretty much permanent. You have to spend like nanobots, which is kind of a rare resource, to repair. So that's the one downside of this ship, is all damage you take is you know, permanent.
And those nanobots that you can get, do they carry over to the next run, or is it use them or lose them? Yeah,
use them or lose them. I have 11 out of 25 right now. I don't know how to get inside this asteroid, and I have a feeling I'm about to run out of time. I want that loot. As you can see, those like blue boxes. There's blue boxes in there, right? Means there's some stuff for me. But, I can't figure out how to get inside this asteroid, so I might just leave. It will tell you when the Okar forces begin to arrive. So, like, there's like a little a wrecked structure here. There might be some stuff here, so I'm gonna check this out real quick. So kind of the strategy with this starter, this kind of ship with this weapon, is to kind of like fight at distance, because this is like kind of a long range gun that does some splash damage. So you just want to keep guys at distance a little bit and just kind of chip away at them until they die.
It's almost like an artillery piece.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I have a Gatling turret for when things get up close, but I usually save it for when I'm kind of surrounded. It's pretty buff though.
They're onto me.
Now, do your weapons, do they have infinite ammo, or some have infinite and some don't?
Yeah, so all your... there are some consumables, like my missiles. I only have 9. I have 9 heavy missiles, and I have 5 mine clusters, so obviously those are limited, but my primary guns, like this, or my fusion. All right, so here they are. It says Okar forces inbound. That means I got a boogie, so I want to hit this this little jump drive thing here, and then boogie and leave. And then you'll see a screen that kind of looks like FTL. You choose your path.
Yeah, it really does look like FTL.
Yep. So like the gray means low risk. You see that little icon of a lady there by that yellow icon, that yellow circle.
Yes.
Means that that character is there and has a quest, or will maybe continue a quest from a previous life. So I think I will try to go to her.
Okay.
But yeah, another reason I wanted to look at this game is because the Everspace 2 recently went into early access, I think, or is soon coming to early access, whatever. And it looks pretty cool, and I'm pretty excited for it, and I really want to play it. And I am really enjoying my time with this game so far. So these kind of space games, you know, there's not too many of them, you know, for us that like space-themed shooters. You know, there's not a lot of options, and this one's a good one.
Yeah, like the biggest franchise that there kind of was for it was Colony Wars back on the PS1, but that's gone the way of the dodo. So it's a big, wide open gulf.
Yeah,
Anyone
yeah.
can consume it.
Oh yeah, and I have to address this. So the game starts in this mode, first person cockpit mode, which is how I would normally like to play. But I'm playing this on my PS4, and I just have a base PS4. I don't have like the PS4 Pro or anything. And I've noticed, like, this is just a little PSA, I've noticed that when you play in third person, or, you know, or nothing, the game just runs better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the game runs smoother. It's not locked at 60, right? It's variable. The frame rate is variable depending on what's happening. But like, for some reason, though, like, the game just runs a little bit worse if you have the cockpit up than if you have it in third person. So that's why I'm playing in third person.
Gotcha.
So if you're playing this on PS4, you know, just a little tip there for those of you who don't have PS4 Pro or don't have PS5, which is probably most of you, because no one can get one.
Now, do you find there's a big difference in your playstyle depending on if you're going third person to cockpit mode?
Nah, like, the playstyle is really determined by the ship.
Okay.
So for this ship, this heavy guy, you know, this is very much the this is the come at me bro ship, you know?
Yeah. Getting close. I got more armor than you do. Let's duke it out.
Well, no, don't get close and kill them before they get to you.
Right. So, because this is a heavier ship, I'm assuming that different ships have different speeds.
Yeah, there's like a lighter ship. There's like the one you start with is like a medium ship, and they all have like different loadouts. Oh, Nano Kit. Oh, nice. This will just let me repair. And I don't have a slot for it, so I'm just... Oh, repairs a random damaged component. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and take that. I'll swap it out for my damage booster and then salvage my damage booster. So that Nano Kit's pretty cool because your ship's components can get individually damaged. So I've been on runs where, like, the first fight I got into, my life support got damaged, and then I just died the next level because I had no air.
Now that's a pretty cool, like, sim quality there, where I think sim fans would really enjoy the fact that individual components could get busted up, which then forces them to have to play certain ways, like if one of their weapons gets blown up, or like you said, your life support is failing, they just got a booker.
Yep.
So that really adds to the replayability factor of this game.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty cool, and, you know, it makes some runs really unnecessarily tough. You know, one run I had, my secondary weapons system went offline. It got damaged, so I couldn't use missiles. So I had to rely entirely on my primary weapons, which are generally weaker. And so I just ended up spending all my resources on buffing those weapons, making them as strong as possible so I could live as long as I could.
So right now we've just seen you in space in all these debris fields. Is there like stages where you're just like, I can just buy stuff at like shop, like some type of safety area,
Yep.
or is it every stage going to be kind of like this?
Yeah, there are some levels where you can just kind of like go and, you know, buy stuff, but they're random. Let's get my Gatling turret online here, because they're getting pretty close to me. As you can see, I can really pile on the pain when I got my Gatling turret up. So yeah, there are some like commerce areas where you can just kind of go in and buy stuff. They appear randomly though, so you know the ability to buy stuff is not guaranteed. So there will be times where like every jump costs fuel. I have 4 out of 4 fuel pips, so I can make 4 jumps, but that will not always be an option. Sometimes you'll just run out of fuel, and you can make a jump with no fuel, but it randomly causes damage to your components.
Okay, and so eventually, like, you'll just make a jump and then you just die because
Yeah.
you're just too damaged.
Yes, exactly.
That's pretty neat. Like, I played FTL, and it's cool that this is comparable, but I gotta say, the one thing that stopped me from continuing to play FTL is you just restart from zero.
Yep.
And unmask. But the fact that this has carryover, and especially with the cool battles and the cool weapons and the different ships, would definitely interest like a sim player like me who doesn't feel like I just wasted 2 hours
right.
and having to start from zero again.
Yeah, man, FTL is brutal, man. I mean, that game is so unforgiving. Car Forces, so there's just so much loot here that I want to get, but I can't. Look at all this cool stuff. I want to hack this thing and find out what it is, but I need to leave, or else this runs over. So we gotta go.
You keep mentioning the Okar forces, and I'm noticing like 5-6 blips on your radar there. Are they like just gonna keep coming en masse, or could you kill that first wave, get you some more time before the next wave comes?
I've never
Or are they
survived.
just invincible?
I've never survived a run-in with the wave.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get it powerful eventually. I'm not that far into this game. I'm only what? This is my 11th ship. So this is my 11th run.
Okay. And where can you tell on your screen there that it's your 11th
Oh, I'm
ship?
sorry, at the bottom right. It says Colonial Gunship Hari Paco. So that's the name of this particular ship. Whatever. It says 11.
Gotcha.
It just means this is my 11th run. So my last couple runs have been really great. They last around like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. They've been quite long. And they'll probably just keep getting longer as I get more powerful. So I can get through like 3 or 4 of those map screens now without dying. And I'll just eventually be able to get through more and more as I get more powerful and upgrade my ship more.
And it's cool that if you play on hard, you get more money, and maybe do you also get like better items or more items as well?
I don't know. I'm actually not sure, because I never found the reason to play on hard, because this game's already freaking hard.
Have you tried it on easy yet?
No, I haven't. I'm pretty much content just to kind of normal this out. Just normal it up. Got a new blueprint. So that's another cool thing, is blueprints are permanent. You get a blueprint, you just know how to build that forever. As long as you have the resources to build it.
So does it just take one blueprint for that item, or do you have to collect, say, like 3 of the blueprint or 5 of the blueprint?
No, blueprints are just knowledge, really. So you have a blueprint, you just know how to build that thing. And then let's see, like I have these combat drones, which I should have been using, but they cost a certain amount of resources to build. If I go here to build a new combat drone, if you look on the right, it says it costs 14 scrap, 9 gas, and 7 ore. with the gas that I have, I can only build one more combat drone. Yeah, so depending on the resources that you get in your run, that will kind of dictate what kind of things you're able to build. So I've had runs where like I've had no gas, found no gas, so I was not able to build combat drones, so I was not able to rely on them.
So far, from as much as you've played in your 11 runs, do some of the stages, are they like the same and it's just different stuff might spawn there, or is every stage like procedurally generated and different?
They are procedurally generated to a point, but you'll see a lot of the same stuff in the same sectors. Like this sector will just always look blue. Like it'll always look kind of like this. Okay. And then the fourth sector will always kind of look purple or whatever, you know, whatever that is. There's kind of a theme, running theme among the sectors, and they'll always kind of look more or less the same. What you encounter in them can vary, but the variability is not that much. I mean, it's not much more than just looking at ruins of ships, collecting stuff, or going into a debris field or rock field and finding things, or being ambushed by pirates.
And you've been running into a lot of pirates so far this run.
A lot of pirates, yeah. So there's a trader, actually. Let's see if he's got anything good for me. And I'm going to go ahead and repair. So that cost all of the nanobots that I had, basically. So that's the big downside of the ship. It's just I can't repair again unless I just happen to find more nanobots.
And something I just noticed too, which kind of adds to the strategy of this game, is you repaired, but it's not automatic. Like there's a bit of a time before you go back to full health.
Yeah, it takes a little time. Yeah, you can't really do it in combat and rely on it to save your life. Luckily, this guy's beefy. The ship's beefy, so. Also, you know, just generally, I don't really care that much about dying, because you know you keep your money. So I'll spend my 3,000 on upgrading a thing, and I'll just go in another run. It's just not a big deal. I don't lose out on quests or anything like that. You know, Carly Sharp here will appear somewhere else eventually. Let's see what she's got to say.
I'm back.
I can see that. Here are some things I appropriated from the G&B stocks.
Every bit helps. Say, about that wormhole tech you have, I wouldn't mind taking a look.
Well, in fact, you could try it firsthand and help me out with another task.
Oh, I might get a new item, maybe.
Wait a sec. You're letting me actually use it? Wormhole travel?
I'm transferring the wormhole locator routine to your hive.
Good old wormholes, getting some Star Trek DS9
anybody
going on here.
I lost some collector drones through a wormhole. I need them back. You can do that for me, right, Adam?
We got clones and wormholes. I mean, this is like DS9.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because there's a race in that game called the Vorta, and they're all clones.
Hey, nice.
You just kill one. No, they don't have the same memories.
Oh, man, are they an alien race?
They are an alien race.
Oh, man, that's kind of what this game is all about so far, from what I can tell.
Yeah, you meet them when you face off against the Dominion, and they're like diplomats and type guys who run everything. So just one dies, and then they pop another one out.
That's funny you mentioned that, man. It's like, so far from what I learned of the story in this game, it's like the original copy of you was a scientist who refused to work on this cloning program because they wanted to clone the Okar.
I mean, I know she has her secrets
for some reason, which I don't know yet.
She's trying to double cross.
That's I wonder
is that just are these just Star Trek fans writing this the story?
I mean, it's a good story, man. They don't go into the deep lore of the cloning.
Yeah.
But you know, why not?
Alright, so I'll probably just make this final jump into the next sector, show off the next sector a little bit, and we'll just call it there. But I popped my my combat drone here, so you can see he's very helpful. He tanks damage for me, and he does damage, and he has good aim. We got some Okar here, so let's light these guys up. So the cool thing is, it's like I can unlike in real life, like real life flight sim, I can reverse. So right now I'm backing up as I'm like pounding this guy with my flat cannon.
Yeah.
just keeping my distance. It doesn't look like it because there's not a lot of like points of reference. Doesn't look like I'm going backwards that much, but I am.
I mean, this is space travel. I'm sure backing up is going to eventually be allowed. Technology. So these are just like normal, generic Okar fighters that are just here. This is not the fleet chasing you.
No. These just generic guys. I don't really know why they're here. That was cool.
So, that was a pretty sweet explosion. Now I saw you're using a different weapon, so that looked like a phaser beam.
Oh yeah, the
so
beam laser. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool.
So do some weapons have like auto lock on, or all of them like you gotta aim yourself?
Yeah, I think the beam laser has like a little bit of lock on, like very light lock on, which makes it pretty easy to use. And the fusion blaster, this thing is like, I'm sorry, the flat cannon, man. I forgot that I can carry 3 weapons, actually. Like, I upgraded this while I was talking to you at the beginning of this quick play.
Yeah.
And I forgot that I just upgraded my ship to carry 3 guns. So I was like, wait a minute, why do I have 3 guns right now?
And now in your next playthrough, you're gonna still have that capacity for those 3 guns?
Yeah, that's just forever, you know, on this ship anyways. You know, if I switch to a new ship, I probably won't have that capability, but you know, for this heavy guy, which I've invested heavily in, yeah, I'm gonna have lots of cool upgrades to work with. But yeah, so this this fusion blaster thing, it's like projectiles are kind of slow, and it's, you know, short range, and it's not accurate, but does tons of shield damage. Oh, we got dudes.
So that's pretty cool that you got other ships that kind of upgrade like manually, like they have their own upgrades, and that sounds like for fans, like really sim fans who just like the grind of maxing out like ships and various things would probably enjoy that a lot.
Totally, yeah. There's a lot of like replayability if you really want to get into like tinkering with your ship and upgrading it and, you know, getting it more powerful and stuff. There's a lot there.
So aside from the sim fans, like who else do you think would really enjoy this kind of game?
I think roguelite fans will find something to enjoy here, because this totally is that gameplay loop of, you know, go into a run, collect some things, die, but, you know, you retain some of what you got from before and use those things to get further in your next run. So it's not quite as hardcore as FTL, right, where you just lose everything. Except your knowledge of the game. You know, that's the only thing that carries over, right, from FTL runs is, you know, not to make that mistake again, or something like that.
And then you go one way and it's like, well, a different mistake happens.
Yeah, or you didn't make any mistakes and the game just screws you over just because. What's that Picard quote? It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That's a fact of life, or whatever. How's it go?
Yes, it is still possible to make no mistakes and still lose.
Yeah.
He says that to Data when Data loses a game.
There you go. Yeah. That's very much the FPL way of life. It's the only way you can really continue playing that game and not feel like a total loser. Let's see what these guys got.
So you got this on the PS4. You're playing it right now.
Yeah.
And so is this on Steam?
This is on everything: Steam, GOG, PS4, Xbox, I think. Might as well buy fuel. Yeah, pretty much, and you can get it for a nice price too, especially on GOG. It was so cheap on GOG. But yeah, you know, get it with the expansion encounters, because that's like a really cool expansion where it just. Who is this? Oh, Maurice. Oh, I didn't even get to talk to Maurice, and I gotta go. Oh man. Next time. But yeah,
So what does the
encounters.
expansion
Yeah,
add?
the
Or-
expansion just adds more encounters, as it's named. It just adds more stuff that appears in your runs, more characters, more quests. And so, as someone who just jumped into this game with the expansion, like, I don't know what's
I
expansion
assume you've
content and
entered
what's
enough new
not, you
sectors
know.
by this point to know the procedure.
But I would recommend getting it with the expansion because it just adds more stuff that'll appear in your runs, you know, more random things that'll happen, more characters. And you know, and I like that, like, there is a story. Like, the story kind of at the beginning there is no story. You're just waking up and you're just going, right? But it kind of reveals itself as you explore the universe and you meet people that know you or know who you used to be, and you kind of start to figure out like why you are a clone and who was the original and why was he part of this weird cloning program and why are these aliens constantly hunting you, and it's just kind of very slowly begins to reveal itself as you know, kind of organically, just as you're playing.
And I gotta say, like, the graphics of this looks really cool. Like, I love this kind of screenshot of that sun with all the asteroids. Like,
Yeah, it looks nice.
definitely
Yeah,
really good, crisp and clean.
I bet this looks so nice on PC too. If you have like a beefy PC, man, running at like 120 frames or whatever,
It'd probably just be like butter.
it'd be so
Smooth.
good. I mean, even on PS4, like base PS4, this is totally fine. I do notice like frame drops when things get really heavy, but
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. But it hasn't really detracted from my enjoyment of this game.
And I'm sure if someone had the Pro or the PS5, like that probably smooths it out.
Oh yeah,
as well.
yeah. I'd like to know actually if this game like has any improvements on the PS5 or what. But as it is, you know, just on the PS4, you know, I got this, you know, just like a Best Buy sale for pretty cheap, like $10 or something. That is such a good price for this game.
Was that $10 and the expansion was included?
Yeah, it was just part of the, it was just a little, came in a pack.
So what would you say to people listening who are thinking, you know what, I might buy this, but they don't know what the price is at the moment when they see this video?
Yeah.
What would you say is you know, top price, and it'd still be great to buy it at?
I mean, I think this game's worth like $20 or $30, easy. Like easy, because there's a lot of game here. It's fun, it's quality, especially if you're into, you know, space-themed shooter. I say space-themed. I don't want to say sim because it's not quite sim, because it's like I've played Sims and you can't do like this in Sims, like moving straight up and down, left and right and backwards. That's not a thing in like flight simulation, right? So it's very there's also no pitch and yaw. I can't like rotate left and right. That's all done automatically.
So it's not like an Ace Combat.
No. This
combat.
is not, you know, flight simulation. But the controls are like, it suits this game with the amount of action that's happening, and it's done in the name of making the game fun, which is, I think, the direction to go. But yeah, and, you know, like I think this game's worth like $20 or $30. But man, if you get this, you can get this easy on GOG for like $5. Get it for like $10 on PlayStation, easy with the expansion. Perfect price for this.
Do you remember when this game first came out?
No, I don't actually. I don't know if it'll say here. A few years ago, though. I'd say a couple years ago. And the, you know, the new ones, you know, entering into early access soon. So yeah, I'm just entering in the new system here, and I think we'll call it there.
Well, I can tell you as someone who's never played this game at all, and I see endless space. I'm like, oh, what is this game gonna be? The splash screen at the start.
Everspace,
the
yeah.
menu screen kind of looked kind of cool. And by getting into it, I'm thinking, man, this game looks awesome. I kind of want to just play it now.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Yeah. You know,
definitely checks off the boxes of games I like.
Yeah, you know, that's, yeah, and you know, like it appears on GOG sale very often, and it's very cheap on GOG, and you know, like your computer would run this so easily, so definite recommend if you're into like space and roguelites. So yeah, just want to show this game off. I've been playing a lot of this, last couple weeks. All right, so thanks for joining me, and then I'll see you next time. See you in the next vid.
Have a good one, everyone.
Alrighty.